In this video, we discuss about where do we place default case in a switch statement. Now observe here, this is the previous program. Here in this program, in general we write default case as the last statement in the switch. In general we write default as the last statement in switch. Now observe here, we run this program. Now let us say we are giving value, let us say 20, then no case will be matched, then automatically default case is executed, then we get value invalid weekday, and finally there is another statement here, we have written end of main. Why? Because in the default case there is a break statement is used. First of all, invalid weekday is printed, then when break statement is executed, program control comes out of the switch statement, and then next end of main is executed. Now we see another scenario here. Now we assume that we have removed, now we remove break statement in the default case, and now we observe what happens. Again I am running this program. Here I will give input, let us say I am giving again 25. Here we got output invalid weekday and also end of main. That means we got same output as we got in the previous case. Now what is happening here? The default is present in the last and there is no break statement used. As no case is matched here, the default case statement is executed. As there are no more, as there is no break statement here, and also there are no other statements to be executed here, and automatically program control comes out of the switch statement and the remaining statements are executed. That means what we can observe here, when the default statement is the last one in the switch statement, then there is no need to use break statement. Even if you use break statement, then will be no problem. Even if you don't use break statement, then also there will be no problem. But we see another scenario. Now we will remove this particular default case at this point, and then we will place in the beginning of the switch statement. Now we observe here what happens. Now we run this program. Now we run this program. Let us say I will give value 20. Here also there is no case matched here. That means by default, then the program control enters into the default case. The program control enters into the default case. We got output invalid weekday. Now observe here, we didn't write break statement here. Then automatically what is happening here? The program control moves to the next case. What is the immediate next case here? That is case 7. Case 7. Program control enters into case 7. That's why we got output Sunday. And in the case 7 there is a break statement. Then automatically when break statement is executed, the program control moves out of the switch statement. That's why we got output. Actually we need to get invalid weekday only, but we got invalid weekday as well as Sunday also. Why we got this particular output? Because this is incorrect output. Why? Because we need to get only invalid weekday. This is occurred because of we didn't write a break statement here. So this is the problem when default case is placed in any other location other than the last statement. Now what is the point here? Then we should write a break statement here, and if we run this program, if we give let us say 20, then we are getting correct output, that is invalid weekday, and finally end of main. Now what is the point here? First point is, if the default statement is the last one in the switch, then there is no need to use break statement in default case. Second point, if the default statement is present in any other location, then we must specify break statement in the default case. And we see third scenario also. What is third scenario? Let us say we remove default case. That means we didn't write any default case in the switch statement. Now we observe what happens here. Again I am giving, let us say 20. Then no case is matched. If no case is matched, then as there is no default case, then automatically program control moves out of the switch statement and the remaining statements after switch is executed. That's why you got output end of main. So here in this program we have discussed three main points about default case. What is the first point? We can place default case in any place in the switch statement. But first point is, if the default is the last statement in the switch, then there is no need to use break statement. Second point, if the default statement is placed in any other location other than the last, then we must compulsorily specify break statement so that the program control moves out of the switch statement. Otherwise, the program control moves to the immediate next case. And the third point is, if we do not write the default case in the switch statement, then also it is allowed, and if no case is matched, then automatically program control moves to the next statement after switch case.